That's the one thing about our audience. They always want a new guy to break through the glass ceiling.
And all you have to do is just be real.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am the jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, talking is done, you're out of your class, no sleep till Brooklyn, The Rock whips your ass. Woo!
I wish you and King would quit talking.
So hard he feel it in the next life. Pull him over that shoulder just like a knapsack. Stocky man going down like the NASDAQ. No romance revenge. I know that I'll win and I know that I'm holding that title again. It's that Lesnar for president, no election. We dictate this ring from the start to the end. Gone. Punch him in the gut and hit him with a shoulder tug. Head down. Man, you know what's up. Spinning, flipping, man, we gotta get him over up. Then we leave him like the covers, man, he folding up. First I hit him with a knee in the ring. Then he married to the sheets, let him sleep. German suplex, I make the best falling. Ask me who's next, we tell him Seth Rollins. Gone. Hit him with an F5. Hit him with an F5. Hit him with an F5. Money in the bank, now we hit him with an F5. Suplex City, bitch. Hit him with a German, hit him with a F5. Suplex City, bitch. Hit him with a German, hit him with a F5. Yeah, man, we hit him with a F5. Yeah, we hit him with a F5. Hit him with a F5. German first, then we hit him with a F5. Ooh.
Welcome to Around the Ring, episode 16. My name is Dave. I'm your host for today, Monday, April 6th, 2015. We are now, 2 weeks removed? 1 full week removed from WrestleMania. And, last week I wasn't able to do a show for those of you who care or are curious. Not that there are many, but anywho, last Saturday night, I got horribly sick. I got gastroenteritis. Ended up going to the ER. I was jacked up all day on Sunday. I really didn't even watch much of Mania live, and I just slept. I watched the rest of it on Monday. And I am just now feeling like myself again. So I was out of commission for pretty much an entire week. It really sucked. And there was just no way in hell I was going to try to do a show feeling like poop. And but with that, pretty much what we're going to talk about this week, and it's going to be a bit of a short show. I've got a whole bunch of stuff I need to get done today. Not that anyone cares. But I am trying miserably poorly to go back to school right now, and I've got to try to get a bunch of stuff done today, so we got that going on. And we're going to talk about the fallout of WrestleMania, the retirement of AJ Lee, and that's pretty much it. I didn't really get a chance to watch too much non-WWE stuff this week. I did not get to see Lucha Underground this week. I did watch NXT because I'm never missing NXT because it's freaking awesome. But first of all, my overall thoughts on WrestleMania is that it was a show that was better than I expected, and I think that's kind of the general consensus we're getting now, is that a lot of people are saying it was better than they thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. I think expectations going into this show were exceedingly low, and coming out of it, people were pleasantly surprised, and I think that's that's a pretty good place to leave WWE for WWE to leave people going, wow, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That's certainly better than building it, having a huge build up, and then people saying, wow, I was expecting that to be awesome, and that sucked. So we're glad we were not in that situation. But, you know, overall it was, it was pretty good. The things that really stood out to me was Sting losing. That was just Vince McMahon and Triple H giving one last middle finger to WCW and the WCW fans. And by burying, or essentially by making the WCW man lose, and that's just how you do it. Sting looked fantastic. He certainly looked better than any of the stuff I saw him doing in TNA, which wasn't a whole lot, but he looked great. He moved around a lot. It was a pretty good match. The whole DX and NWO coming out, that was kind of fun, even though it didn't make a whole lot of sense considering two of the guys in DX and two of the guys or three of the guys in DX and two of the guys in the NWO are all best friends and part of the clique. But hey, we won't talk about that. We'll pretend that we don't know any of that information now. Yeah. But the match itself is pretty decent. The handshake at the end I liked. Where will we see Sting going forward? That's a good question. On Raw the next night, he had a segment after the show went off the air. It was another network exclusive. Basically came out and said, hey, I came up short. It sucks, but I had my WrestleMania moment, and I'm game, ready, willing, and able for whatever the WWE wants for me to do. And left it at that. Then Bo Dallas came out being his Bo Dallas awesome self and got a Scorpion Death Drop for his efforts. There's been a lot of talk of Bo Dallas getting repackaged and maybe put with his brother Bray Wyatt. I really hope that doesn't happen. I love Bo Dallas. He is hilarious, and I just hate the idea that they're going to drop this guy simply because Vince McMahon doesn't get it. Well, Vince, there's a lot of things that you don't get that are really freaking good. So you should let Bo do his thing. He was getting over on his own, but of course that's punishable by death in this company. But other than that, so the Bray Wyatt, speaking of Mr. Wyatt, the Bray Wyatt Undertaker match was better than I thought it was going to be. Bray did a good job making Taker look strong. Taker looked a lot better than he did last year, and I wanted Wyatt to win, but maybe we'll get to continue the feud. Maybe Wyatt will call out Undertaker and say, "Son, this isn't over." Who knows? I guess we'll find out, because you don't know where you go with Bray Wyatt after that. The main event was poor Roman Reigns, man, coming out to those boos. Apparently, some fan got up in his face, but having 60,000-70,000 people booing you, that's gotta suck. And the main event was good. Roman Reigns actually had a great match with Brock Lesnar, and the whole Seth Rollins cashing in was really cool. Lesnar was getting the babyface response, and it was fun. It was a good match. I mean, overall, I think the best thing on the card was easily the ladder match, with Daniel Bryan winning the Intercontinental title, getting his Grand Slam. He's one of only a few. And really, if you think about it, he's one of a special few Grand Slam winners, because he's only one of, 4 people that have won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is, they've branded it as different from the Unified, or the Undisputed Championship, which was the championship that was when the WCW and WWE titles were combined. But then again, the website is now treating the WWE title just like the WWE World Heavyweight title. But think about this: Bryan was the U.S. champion. He was the Big Gold Belt World Champion. He was a Tag Team Champion. He was a WWE Champion, albeit for all of a minute or two. He was a WWE World Heavyweight Champion. and he's now the Intercontinental Champion. Randy Orton, I think, has done that. Actually, I don't know if Orton's ever won the U.S. title. But not a ton of people have done that. And, in fact, he might be the only one, now that I think about it. But, that's some great company to be in, Grand Slam winners. That's awesome. And, I mean, here, let's be honest. Daniel Bryan's probably the best wrestler in the WWE today. In that ladder match, you've got Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper. I mean, those guys right there, phenomenal. Those guys are just awesome. Which Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose had a fantastic match on SmackDown this week, during which Harper put Ambrose through the table via a powerbomb. Looks like those two are going to have a feud going, which I think would be good, a program between those two guys. They work extremely well together, and if we could, if they could have a program that builds them both up and helps them move up in the ranks, that'd be awesome. Ambrose did also have a really good match against John Cena on Raw. And okay, so real quick, let's talk about the crowd Monday night, or last Monday. That was one of the most fun Raws I've ever seen, and so much of it I put on the crowd. You have this crowd going nuts for Brock Lesnar, giving him the babyface, almost Steve Austin-like response. You've got them going nuts for Adrian Neville, or AE, now Neville. I hate that they took off his first name. That's just stupid. But the crowd went apeshit for him. They also went nuts for the Lucha Dragons, which who would have thought a crowd going freaking crazy for the Lucha Dragons? But this crowd was on fire. And they were singing the John Cena sucks to John Cena's music, which always gives me a chuckle. And during Cena's promo, he even made a joke about a bunch of budding musicians, and the crowd immediately busted into singing John Cena sucks. There was also, during the Kalisto, or the Lucha Dragons New Day versus Kid Sorrow and the Ascension. This was great. Xavier Woods was doing the thing where he pounds on the apron, trying to get people motivated, and the crowd responded chanting in rhythm, "New Day sucks, New Day sucks," and it was hilarious. They went nuts for Kalisto. Kalisto had some amazing spots in that episode, in that match, and got the pin. Got Salida del Sol on one of the Ascension guys. Great debut on Raw for the Lucha Dragons, and just like Neville's kind of re-debut, he was in right before TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, he was in a tag team match where he hit the Red Arrow, and they put him in this goofy ass cape. Oh my God. And just when he walked out, you could almost just tell in his walk that he was thinking to himself, why in the hell am I wearing this stupid ass thing? That yeah, it was horrible. But once he took that off and went to work, it was. Here's the thing: Adrian Neville is a sight to behold in the ring. When that man gets going, he is just incredible. And I'm really hoping that WWE does not screw him up. And we'll see. Let's see what else happened. Oh yeah, so Brock Lesnar Brock Lesnar, when he first came out, was actually in ring gear, and put out Paul Heyman said, you know what, Lesnar's invoking his rematch clause tonight. So for the first time in 10 years, you're going to see Lesnar wrestle on Raw. And Stephanie McMahon came out and said Rollins isn't here yet, but when it does get here, I'm sure he'll be up for the match, blah, blah, blah. Of course, later in the show, they tease the match. Of course, it doesn't happen. Rollins chicken shit heals it out, and Lesnar goes nuts. And Lesnar just starts destroying everything. He F5s Michael Cole. He knocks over the announce table, knocking out JBL and Booker T. He takes out a cameraman. And for all of his effort, he gets suspended indefinitely by Stephanie. But that was fun to watch. Lesnar is something special. And that segment was fantastic. Sadly, we're not going to see him probably for a number of months, and that's going to suck. We also ended up having what was AJ Lee's last match in WWE. A tag team match with her and Naomi and Paige against Natalya and the Bella Twins. Naomi ended up getting the winning fall. My favorite part of this whole thing was AJ Lee came out in a Bayley t-shirt. I'm a hugger t-shirt. That was fantastic. And I'm pretty sure at that point she knew that she was done. She apparently, according to the dirt sheets and whatnot, she let WWE know sometime after Mania, before Raw, that she was retiring. And, it's sad because she was a hell of a talent. She was amazing on the mic, good in the ring. Excuse me. And she's going to be missed. Now, the crowd during this match did do some really stupid chants that were just stupid. Not really even worth talking about, but it was a little shameful. It was a little cringeworthy. And that was about the only time that night that the production folks really screwed around with the audio and really turned the audience down for that. And that's a case I'm glad they did. After Lesnar went, bonkers and destroyed everything, Byron Saxton came out to take over on commentary, and poor Byron just didn't do well. Byron is a great side guy. You don't put him out there alone. On SmackDown, he's been this great heel, almost heel persona, and sometimes he's just basically doing a poor man's JBL. But, Saxton was really, really good and is still good on NXT. McMahon, apparently, Vinnie Mac, is not happy with Byron after his performance on Monday, sounding wooden and everything. So his career's probably over, which sucks because he's really good. But that whole episode of Raw was so much fun because the crowd was going just absolutely bonkers. And you wonder what's it going to be like, tonight, this Monday, for Raw. Well, if SmackDown's any indication, the crowd's going to be dead in comparison. And it's not going to be anywhere near as fun. SmackDown this week was pretty good. There was a good Daniel Bryan Sheamus match. Oh, God, which brings me to Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler had a match on Raw for the Intercontinental title. Really good match. Daniel Bryan got a clean win. Bad News Barrett had been out on commentary for the match. As soon as the match is over, Barrett jumps in the ring and attacks, which brings out Sheamus, now sporting a mohawk and having parts of his beard braided. And after Sheamus clears Barrett out of the ring, he bro kicks Bryan, then attacks Ziggler, puts Ziggler in white noise, and then eventually gives Ziggler a bro kick. The best part of all this was the crowd chanting, "You look stupid." And then on Thursday, on SmackDown, the main event was Daniel Bryan against Sheamus in a non-title match. And Sheamus came out new music. He still got some "You look stupid" chants, but not near as vocal. And, he's actually changing up his offense a bit, which is good. He's not just doing all the same stuff. He is definitely handling himself different in the ring. And I think as a heel, it's going to work out really well. That mohawk looks so dumb. So dumb. The match ended with a countout, Sheamus winning by a countout. Bryan was thrown out of the ring at one point. It looked like he hit his head on the announce table and was busted open, bleeding like crazy. And after he, flew out of the ring, hit his head, bleeding, he's staggering. Bad News Barrett gets up, hits a bullhammer on him, because, Barrett is anything having to do with the IC title, he's going to be out in commentary. And Sheamus eventually wins via countout. The crowd was noticeably less vocal, less into everything, and everything just felt a lot like a letdown compared to Monday. It was still a decent show, but Raw this week, for once, was actually much, much, much better than SmackDown, and every bit of that had to do with the crowd. Granted, the wrestling was good on Raw, and Raw was a good episode. They really did, hats off to WWE. They did a good job actually putting together a good 3-hour show. But we'll see how that goes going forward. I love that the Lucha Dragons are now on the main roster, and they're going to be able to liven things up in the tag team division. We need more tag teams in the main roster, so hopefully maybe Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore will be coming up, or maybe Blake and Murphy. Anything to get that division going. Maybe if WWE could somehow, sign the Wolves or the Young Bucks, even though I know the Young Bucks don't want a thing to do with the WWE, or a number of other teams that are out there. But, yeah. And trying to think. I'm real unorganized today. Like I said, this is going to be a very short episode, because I've got other crap to do. So, I think if there's any... Oh, I did get to watch NXT this week. There was a really good match. The main event, Tyler Breeze and Hideo Itami, best 2 out of 3 falls. Breeze won, amazingly, shockingly, which was good. It made Breeze look strong. Breeze has really been this guy who's ended up being the main event level jobber in a lot of ways. And it's really good, I think, that he got this win. Itami's, doing really well, and Breeze is this young guy. I don't know much about his pre-WWE career, but he's not, like Itami, like Finn Balor, like Adrian Neville, like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. He's not this storied, almost legendary indie guy. So he needed that win, and it was good. This week on NXT, they're going to be showing footage and everything from the WrestleMania week, from Access and all that, so that should be really good. I'm hoping they show some of the Tyler Breeze, Hideo Itami match, where Hideo Itami hit the GTS finally, and according to all reports, the crowd in that building went absolutely bonkers. Solid Monster did record it, and he posted it on his site, and it's great to watch. I don't quite like the way Breeze sold it, because he just kind of collapsed in a heap. I think with that move, it's better if you take and you act like, and you basically snap backwards. But, hey, who am I to judge? That's pretty much it. Yeah, we're just going to be doing like 20 minutes today. So that's, short and sweet, down and dirty. We're getting in, getting her done, getting out. That's how we're going to do it this week here on Around the Ring. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please send me an email, aroundtheringok@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at AroundTheRingOK. You can like us over on the Facebook.com/AroundTheRingOK. And don't forget to listen to us on the United Podcast Network, formerly the Shoot Wrestling Network. Tons of great shows over there, and lots of stuff going on. You can find links to all of that on our homepage, AroundTheRingOK.wordpress.com. And so we're going to go ahead and shut her down for this week. And so thanks, everyone, for listening, and hope you all have a great week. And as the great Jerry Springer used to always say, take care of yourselves and each other.
You've been listening to Around the Ring on the Spark Radio Network.
All you have to do is change your point of view. And believe.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. Bam! Woo!
This sucks more than anything that I've ever sucked before.
What? It's for charity.